Good evening, folks. Hope everybody's having a good week. About halfway to the weekend now. Out here right now at Tunguska, which has seemed to slow down quite a bit. Tried earlier today, and it's just not having a lot of luck. Welcome, Canadian and all Canadians viewers. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream tonight. So I didn't have a chance to get in there and join you on there. I was out at dinner, which tonight's tea is just some leftover tea tonight. So tonight we're going to try trolling with telescopic out at Seversky. So we're going to buy some bait for that, and let's see how it goes. I know I've tried drifting with the telescopic there, and it worked pretty well. So I want to see, because the species there are generally fairly shy species, I'm wondering if we'll have the same sort of issue we ran into with trolling quarry, where they just weren't hitting the hooks on there with the engine going. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and grab some pickles there and travel to Seversky. Catch any good trophies or anything tonight, Canadian? Awesome, glad to hear it. Let's see, so first thing I need to do is I need to set one of my setups here. Let's put some, how many size 16 hooks? Yes, I do, perfect. We're gonna go with mayfly larva and mayfly on 3. Let's go ahead and keep it set at like 1.5 meters, I suppose. Oh, trophy grass before stream, very nice. Well, hopefully we'll have better luck out here than we did trolling quarry with the telescopic. That was a complete bust. Go ahead and grab, let's do a 2-day rental just to be safe. Take the old tin can boat, and it is, I already had one. It is nighttime, so I wonder if we should try some of the deeper spots on the way and see if we can get like a small sturgeon or a burbot or something like that while we wait for the sun to come up. So, anybody know any active sturgeon, catfish, or burbot spots out here right now? I'm open to try some of that from the boat for sure. In fact, let's rig this line up. Already got a size 1 hook on. Let's throw some big boy larva and a piece of meat on there and let it kind of just drag along the bottom while we go. I'll put it at 4 meter depth. Yeah. So we'll just sort of go along the deeper spots here on our way up to the top of the river, and then once the sun starts coming out, we'll switch to the smaller baits and go try to see if we can get some shad and citral and all that good stuff. And maybe 4 meters was, yeah, I guess this is more of a shallow spot here. Let's get up a little bit further. It was a good, busy day doing yard work and all that fun stuff. Appreciate you asking there. You, where were you fishing on stream tonight? Mostly bear. Yeah, it seems like it's been remaining fairly decent, which is nice. All right, this supposedly we're getting near the 4 foot depth or 4 meter depth area, so see if we can't grab something on this line while it's nighttime. Yeah, I've been noticing Tunguska, both from the shoreline spots and trolling, as the bite rate seems to have just slowed down quite a bit, so it's probably dying off a bit for now. It's a shame. Still not completely dead, but compared to what we were getting last week, it's very, very slow. Alright, so maybe having this set at 4 meters is probably going to make it a little difficult for this thing to sink quick enough. Let's just go and bring it down to 3 meter. I hate that the small fish on this river don't really bite at nighttime. So much easier to just put the lightweight rig out. Getting a bite, or what am I seeing here? It's just bouncing off of the bottom there. Bouncing in a weird way though. That almost looks like a bite, but guess it's not. All right, try again here. Looks like there's been a lot of active sardine spots over in Norwegian Sea. I've been seeing a lot of people catching those lately. Don't usually see people go for them. Try casting out this direction, see if drifts a little bit better over here. So is bear still the same two spots, the 55-63 and 55-33? There's still the hot spots out there? Have to go same spot. Alright, yeah, usually when I go out there I've just been using sandwich bits. I've noticed that, like, I don't know if it's because of the boilie size difference, but if I'm at a spot that is on a particular pop-up or carp boilie setup, I'll use the exact same stuff, but I have to use the smaller size ones on telescopic because of the rod test, and I just won't get any bite rate at all. So I don't know if it's because I don't have PVA or SPOD or what the deal is, but I find that if I'm using whatever's active there, I'm better off just using like potatoes and algae or something like that. And I might go swing out there off camera, try to get some more funds if this stream's not too profitable, so I can get enough silver saved up to do that archipelago trip. I don't know why this thing is acting all spazzy here whenever it's out there. I mean, it seems like it should be. Well, I guess this area's a little bit shallower, but like bobbing up and down like that, you don't usually see. Hey, Brandon, how's it going? Catch any trophy halibut today? No, well, it's surely due for one right about in the coming days, I'm sure. We're all waiting to see it pop up. We're waiting for you to be the blue tag halibut master. And the depth settings around here seem very, very finicky. Oh, trophy mackerel, that's nice. Nothing like some good trophy fish, trophy bait, right? Man, I wish I could put Faith and mackerel fillets on a telescopic and go out there. Alright, once we get to the top of the river, I'll switch over to the lightweight setup and try to go after some shad and whatnot. Yeah, that would suck. Get some trophy fillets on there and just get a fish cut away off of it. That's like every now and then I'll have one of the premium baits on trying for something and a freaking like common roach will take it. The reel feels bad. So Canadian, I did spend some time reading all the descriptions on all the bait options, including the gold baits, and none of them specifically mention salmon. But Roe does say it's very good for trout, so maybe the game treats salmon as a trout species, perhaps? I'm guessing it either treats it as a trout species or a generic predator species. We're going to find a way to catch that Atlantic and pink on telescopic, though. One way or another. Well, this attempt to try to find some random sturgeon while I go through is not panning out, but that's all right. I expect it to. Getting close to the buoys up there, at which point we'll switch over to the small fish rig. So I know that drifting works on this river on telescopic. I'm willing to bet that the trolling will scare the fish away, but that's what we're here to find out. No problem. I was saying when I was reading through all the different bait options and the descriptions as far as what it says they target, and none of them mention salmon, but the roe, for example, mentions trout. So I'm wondering if salmon are treated as a trout or a generic predator species. If they do have their own specific species tag, then that could be why the Atlantic and pink haven't been caught on telescopic, but Ladogas certainly have been caught on mainly leeches, which I believe leeches said it was a predator species bait. So helps narrow down the types of bait we want to try when we go after the Atlantic and pink world first on telescopic. If they are treated like trout, then I do think roe will be the answer. But if they're a predator fish, it could be pieces of fish or crab meat, muscle meat, anything like that. All right, getting pretty close to the top of the river here. Yeah, I don't think I've seen, yeah, it's similar to roe. I've never seen anything on the record boards with crab meat. So maybe there's something to those. Although I imagine the main use of that meat would probably be like catfish, maybe. Ooh, that's a pricey rod there. I imagine it'll hold up to a heck of a beating, though. Because that marine tackle gets expensive, but then again, so do match rods. I was looking into how much it would be to put together like a good match rod for sturgeon fishing, and the rod alone would be like 27,000 silver. Which I'm surprised you can't put bait fish rig on a bolo rod. I wonder, I guess maybe the test weight of bolo rods can't handle the floats and all that, maybe? I know once I hit level 31, what I'm going to do with the skill points is I'm going to drop them all into slider rig, which as far as I can tell isn't beneficial to telescopic at all unless certain species prefer slider rig for some reason. So I'm going to try doing some like side-by-side fishing with two setups, one with a slider rig and one with a fixed line rig, see what the difference is. But I've never actually gotten up to these. I didn't realize they weren't buoys. What are these, like toxic waste barrels? What's going on here? Chernobyl dumping its radioactive waste out here on the Seversky Donets River? Good deal. Let me drop the anchor for a second here, and we got our setup here. We got size 16. Okay. So go ahead and start. Maybe I'm gonna bring this down to 1 meter depth actually. Hey, Spam, how's it going? Oh, anchor's still down. All right, so let's give the trolling a try. The sun's still not up, so it'll probably be a little bit low, but see if it works out. If not, we'll switch to just drifting with them. Hopefully we can land some Sichel or Maya, something along those lines doing this. I saw somebody caught a trophy tench out here on Seversky earlier today as well. Now watch your trophy mackerel, Brandon. Catch you just another trophy mackerel. Just create an infinite chain of trophy mackerels. I remember somebody was telling me they had at one point they were using bait fish and they had like a ruff or something on that was, and they ended up catching a gudgeon with the bait fish, and the bait fish was bigger than, was heavier than the fish they caught, which is just hilarious to me. So what I'm thinking is the sun is starting to come up. If we don't get any bites by the time we get to the bend up here, we'll switch to drifting and see if it picks up that way, because I know that works. I have a sneaking suspicion that these are going to be like the quarry fish where they are spooked by the engine noise. I'm going to use my general Tunguska trolling strategy here of just cast it out ahead of the boat, let it go past, and drag behind for a second before recasting. So when it's in this state, it won't auto hook, but if you have it being where it's in the dragging state, it will auto hook just like spinner trolling will. So that's something to keep in mind. It also works if the fish starts like nibbling, say right now, and continues nibbling when it switches to the drag behind mode. That will auto hook it as well. Something I have learned in my Tunguska trolling tests. And part of why I want to find out if this trolling works here on Seversky is because drifting here is kind of a pain in the butt, because it's so many spots it just drifts you to the shore and you have to guide your boat back out to the middle. So you can kind of just guide it and stay in the central lanes. It'd be a lot better. Nothing so far. Size 16 hook should do fine. Size 20 would probably get some luck here. Here we go. All right, so now we got our first Teletron here. Looks like a pumpkin seed sunfish. Yep. Small one, but we've got our proof of concept. So tele trolling does work out here on Seversky. At least the sunfish are not spooked by the engine sound. Let's try just doing the drag behind method for a little ways then. If you're doing the problem with the current here is not super strong, so it's not covering a whole lot of ground, whereas if we switch to this mode here, it's going to be covering the whole length of area that we go past. So see if this works out. If anybody knows an active spot for Citrus or anything like that, let me know and I can try focusing, sort of drifting around that particular spot to see if get a better idea of whether or not this will work. Someone got a weekly record of a far eastern brook lamprey. I haven't seen that come up on the records before. You know, one of those super rare species. Got 2 trophies at the spot I'm at now. Okay, so let's try guiding around this area. I might actually... Wait, they don't use... Mayfly is the wrong thing. Or Mayfly is correct, but it's bark beetle larva that they want. That's right. Not Mayfly larva. Let me try swapping those out, see if that helps out. Let's try just trolling this around this 4-meter hole a couple times. And were you fishing deep when you caught the trophy citrus out here, or were you fishing fairly shallow? You know, when I was catching them out at the dock, it was at like 75 centimeter, I think is what I was fishing at. You were trolling? Oh, because you got on like a spinner then? Let's actually, I'm going to lower this to, raise it up to 75 centimeters. You can really see the current difference when you're going upstream like this. All right, come on out, Citrus. Let's go ahead and double check, make sure that their bait preferences haven't changed since the last time I was here. Down to the Citrus. Yep, still Mayfly and bark beetle larva. Algae here. cast. But the pumpkin seed sunfish at least gives me hope. It shows that it's possible to get some out here tele trolling. Whether or not it's sufficient remains to be seen. Now, I will say Tunguska, while it was today was slow, trolling with the telescopic there wasn't really half bad. When the shoreline's active, it's definitely better, but I was still pulling around 120, 130 silver an hour tele-trolling out there, which is nice. Hey, I'll take a trophy pumpkin seed. That'd be nice. What I really need is a trophy Shemaya. That would be some good XP right there. There we go, got a bite. Looks like a Rudd or Terran. Rudd. All right, so looks like we can catch those while trolling. If we can't get a large one of those. I think I have I think one of the telescopic challenges is a trophy Rudd. Maybe we'll get lucky and pull one of those up. That'd be nice. It seems like the area in front of the docks is doing too much right now. Oh, hey, Arxis, there's an example of one where it auto-hooked from the line dragging behind it. Looks like it's a... Okay, so we can get Ponic Shad doing this. Well, so far this is at least a lot more successful than the Quarry Lake tele-trolling attempt was. Let's see if we can use this to actually find an active spot. So next time we land a fish, I'm going to cut the engine off and drop anchor and see if we're able to just farm up fish at the spot. That's the other thing that I think would be useful using this strategy is to actually find an active spot. You can use it to pick up one fish, then maybe it's a spot you can go to the shore and drop 3 rods out. I also wonder if swapping down to a size 20 hook might help with that, with the increased bite rate from it. There we go. Okay, so let me cut the engine off and anchor. Got a tear in there. That was kind of like in front of that grass patch there. So let's bring the boat around to get a little bit closer, and let's see if that actually worked as a way to discover an active spot, or if it's just a random luck. Right here. The anchor will hit pretty soon. You might have to bring the boat up a little bit more to keep up with the anchor or the current drift before the anchor drops down. Let's bring the boat up a little bit further this time. Let's put ourselves in line with that patch of grass there. All right, so let's see if we can get another Terran by just drifting across the spot rather than trolling. Terran that we did get was a weakling. Yep, okay, so this is a good sign. Another sunfish there. If we get a few more hits at this spot, I might try going to shore and putting 3 lines out and see if it's a super active spot. Hydrate time, alrighty. Cheers. Had to go buy more water at the store today. Nothing that time. Get a recast. And if we don't get anything on this cast, we'll continue trolling down the river. I will say the hardest part about Seversky is that on float fishing anyways, pretty much all the fish like the same bait. So trying to target specific fish species is very difficult. All right, so may have just been a fluke. We caught 2 fish at the spot, but let's get turned around and start trolling again. It's possible. I mean, I think the thing about Seversky is that it's at least a straight, I mean, other than this one branch off here for carp and whatnot, it's at least one straight path. So there's less area for us to have to kind of like explore to try to find an active zone. So there is that advantage. Actuba is a freaking maze of a map once you get on those riverways. So you have to just be exploring all over the place, trying all sorts of different baits. Which is actually another advantage of the fish here all preferring the same bait, is that it should be theoretically easier to find a spot that's active. You only need to have one set up. With Actuba, there's all the different species prefer different things, so there's a lot of variables that have to be accounted for. Got, looks like a decent sized shad. Yeah, okay, so let's go back and check that spot out. And that was right around here, so we'll pull up a little bit further. Get the engine off, drop the anchor, and away we go. Oh, I see a global weekly record Taman just taunting me. I keep seeing Taman weeklies come up, but I haven't been able to find a spot to reliably catch them. Another hit right there. Someone's out there doing some telescopic fishing at Ladoga Lake. Saw a pile of weekly records pop up for it. Okay, so this spot seems very promising. Missed that one though. We get a few more hits that quickly. I will definitely try go on to shore, putting 3 lines out. Which I may need to drift a little bit closer to the shoreline. I don't know if we're getting quite close enough for this spot. The map, we are, it's like right between the shoreline and this little random deep pocket there. I'm gonna try getting a little bit closer to the shore. Okay, this should do. There'll be another one like the last spot where we got 2 really quick bites and then nothing. Wait, there we go. Okay, so this seems promising so far. Let's give it like a couple more casts, and if it keeps up like this, I want to go over to that grass patch and try doing putting 3 rods out. I think we can all go ahead and mark a success on the experiment to see if you can teletroll here on Seversky. It's a good idea if you ask me, Bren. Get you a nice set of ultralights, and honestly, I would. So there's these Falcons that are like 21 kilo capacity. The biggest capacity are the Blade Infernos that are 25 kilo, but I don't think you're going to find a lot of fish that are in between like 20 and 25 kilo where that's going to make a difference. I think the better use of money for a more expensive rod is the Blade Master, which gives you, it's like 17 kilo capacity, but gives you a bunch of plus skill gain for better chances at trophies. So I would maybe try to go for those. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm going to go with for my next upgrades instead of going for the Infernos. All right, so this spot is seeming quite good. So let me head over to shore and see how it does if we put 3 rods out in the water. I'll try a few different hook sizes as well, see if we can't target some larger sitchel that way. Find a spot where I can actually get on the shore anyways. Yeah. Yeah, I can't get around that. All right, so I guess this is 94, 145-ish as the coordinates here. Let's get some lines set up. Let's put a size. I don't have anything between the 16 and or between a 19, 12. Ugh. All right, well, let's put a 12 on, I guess, with bark beetle and mayfly. 75 centimeter depth. And change this one out to another size 12. Bark beetle and mayfly. Oh, how I wish you could type in the preferred depth and clip. The Clupinella we caught earlier was a telescopic weekly. Grab some more bait while we're here. Hey, I got a bait harvesting gain out of that. Where you at on bait harvesting? I put it right at even 78%. Very nice. Go. Which I could probably use my ultralight rod out here, but I don't feel like getting it everything moved around and set up on there. And I think we missed one on line 3 while we're catching that perch, so let's get it recast. Well, it seemed like the spot was going to be more active, but not. We're at the right spot. Go. Very light nibbles on line 3 there. Might be like a little Clupinella or something. Yeah, you say the tiny stream is good for Tele. Yeah, I can imagine. It's good for carp as well. I like to swing down there as we try a little bit longer at this spot. See what we can pick up. Might even try the ultimate thing when we get towards the end of it. See if we can get a grass carp while trolling with telescopic. But I think this is a good sign. This is a good way to find an active float spot doing the trolling like this. This isn't a crazy active spot by Seversky standards. It's nice to see that strategy is a viable strategy to employ. It's proof of concept is done here. Let's get back out there and see if we can find some more spots to try out. I kind of want to try setting one of these up with a leader and going through the algae patches. See if we can't hook a pike as well. All right, let's get back on way here. There we go. Switch to trolling and toss this back out. If anybody knows a spot where pike have been active out here, let me know and I'll go and try it with a leader and see if trolling with telescopic works for pike as well. Let's try along this patch here. Running the shore here. Weirdly, I have seen that for some reason Seversky tends to like drain your comfort level like crazy. I don't know what it is, but no matter the weather, when I'm out here, I go through a lot of tea. Okay, found a possible stitchel spot. Let's see if that can be repeated. 26, 142. Okay. Yeah. So if anybody has RF4 info pulled up at the moment and can let me know which grid sector that's in, I can go check that out. There must be a really good spot on Ladoga Lake right now. I'm seeing a bunch of big whitefish being caught by someone on weeklies. Seems like maybe that Sitchell was just a fluke. $26, 142. All right. Working our way down towards the small stream. Weird little rendering glitch there with the algae. Here we go. We got a pretty decent sized Sitchell there. Almost a kilo. Let's whirl around and see if we've found a spot or if it was another fluke. Ran ashore here. One more cast. Looks like it was probably just another fluke. Spot with the 7.3. Okay, so it's way up there at the top of the river. Okay. We'll go down and try the small stream, and after we get through it, we'll go up there and try that area for some pike. Definitely hoping we can manage to catch a grass carp while trolling on the telescopic. That's I think that would be a fun little achievement to acquire. One mode came off on me here. So far, I would say Tele trolling on Seversky works and can be a viable way to potentially find an active spot. As far as a viable method of actually profiting, not as much as Tunguska has been. I think it's just going to be more for spot finding than anything. But it is nice to see that it works. Alright, so once we get to the stream, I'm thinking we'll stay with this bait until we get towards the bend here, because I know up in this section is where I've caught grass carp and stuff, so we'll switch to a some carp bait when we get up to that area. Seems like the Sichel are kind of spotty right now. They're just in random areas of the river. You know, at some point I need to go for a trophy one of those because it's one of the telescopic challenges. But go. What do we got? What do we got? Yep, another random Sichel. Nothing out here. All right, so I'm gonna try just dragging it behind for a little bit here and working way up to the small stream. Brandon, you have any luck with the trophy mackerel bait yet? Looks like Fluke got a nasty bite from something there. Cut through the leader. Alright, let's go ahead and go ahead and start setting one of the lines up for carp, so when we get up there to the stream, we'll have it ready. Let's put a size 4 rage hook one here somewhere. I want to do carp, so let's go with size 1 with potato and algae. That'll be ready when we get up to the stream there. I'm gonna go ahead and start working our way up there while there's still a little bit of daylight left. Go up around, okay, that's the campsite there, so we're just gonna go around that and we'll be. Here's to hoping for a trophy grass carp while telescopic trolling. That's gotta be worth something. Alright, here we go. The depth around here is fairly shallow. While we're going up there, let's go ahead and use the regular small setup until we get up to where the grass is. Rolling motor back on. And does anybody know if any of the spots up here right now is known to be active for grass carp? I don't know, I'll just go try some spots towards the end that I've had luck with in the past. Yeah. Based on the ambient sounds, I would think this would be a good place to catch frog. There's a lot of algae here. Let's go ahead and throw the grass carp setup out. So let's set the depth to meter 30. Let me get a little bit closer to some algae. Let's try this side. Too deep set. All right, let's put it down to just a meter even. Work. All right, so can we catch a grass carp trolling with telescopic? Felt like I saw a nibble for a second there. You do have to be careful because there are some spots that you can snag out here, and you snag while trolling on a telescopic, it's just an instant line snap. But definitely be careful to avoid that. Yeah, I imagine I mean, hardly anyone tries to go after grass carp on this river in the first place, so I imagine info on active grass spots here are far and few between. I know when I've caught them out here, I kind of just did exactly what I'm doing here and just cast out towards random patches of grass and algae. Had some luck, but then also got a snag and had to log off and didn't try again after a few fish. That cast. Go. Come on out, grass carp. Do this little fake bridge thing here. Let's say this bridge is not up to code. I have to check the permits on this. Yeah, I mean, when there's Bear Lake and Amber Lake and Old Berg, I can't imagine why you would fish for grass carp here. Kind of wonder, what's the let's see what the U.S. grass carp record is for Seversky. Yeah, they're fairly large. Looks like they were caught on banana pop-ups. So all the different sugary options for these carp in this game. We must have some diabetic carp out here in Russia. All right, so now we're getting to the spot where it's really shallow. Bring it down to like 70 centimeter maybe. Ooh. Yeah, with their cocos and cream and chocolate and white vanilla. These are some sweet tooth carp for sure. I'm out here trying to feed them healthy with potatoes and algae. Boy, this patch of the river gets very dark at night. That's because of all the tree coverage and stuff. It's apparently very, very shallow here. This is the kind of shallow where I wouldn't even risk using a trolling motor in real life. Come on out, grass carp. I know you're out here. So we're in this straight path now. Does the current at this point drift you and keep you in the center of the water here, or does it take you towards the shoreline? Let's find out. Seems like it keeps you centered. Barely moves you though. I'm not even convinced it's moving me at all. Pulling motor back on. All right, so where I've caught the grass carp before was right up here around this little 4-meter hole. So I'm gonna come up here and kind of just drop the boat in the hole there and try some spots around it, I think. Oh man, was that cod what you caught on the trophy bait? Sad times. Ah, perfect, some lily pads. That's the kind of cover I want to see. Motor off here. Yeah, bring this thing to set down. All right. Let's figure out the depth. Let's try 80 centimeter. Nope, it is very shallow. Okay. 65. Seems like it might work. I think it was actually these, yeah, right along these lily passes where I managed to catch grass carp here before in the past. Yeah, can I wonder if I can disembark over there. Let me pull up over here and try. Remember, right, this is like marshy and you can't quite get out of, yeah. Can't get out over here. Let's try the actual spot by the lily pads. I jammed myself up in there, apparently. Let me get on the embankment here. Looks like, yes, okay, so you can get off right there. Perfect. All right, let's just try some dedicated grass carp fishing here for a second. Let's throw this one on. Good old potatoes and algae. Maybe about 60% strength, maybe 50. Extra large one on here. Actually, let's do algae or cabbage leaf and potato. All right, let's see if we can't catch a grass carp to finish things out. Always a good sign when you get all 4 baits with a scoop. I'm actually gonna double check. This may actually be a slightly bit deeper spot than I thought. Let me try 75 centimeter. Maybe 7. Yeah, trophy, either of those as a trophy on here would be fantastic. Although, let's not bring any trophy pike out just yet. I got no leaders on. Come on now. Try that. Perfect. All right, there's grass carp here. There's a nice salad bar just waiting for him. What the telescopic records for grass carp here are. Pretty small actually, and it looks like they've been caught on potatoes with night crawler. Interesting that they went for the night crawlers, but potatoes and cabbage leaf. I'm actually tried. Let's take the algae off of here and on one of these and try nightcrawler. That's right. Got to keep these fish healthy. It's the only way to turn them into blue tag. They keep binging on cocos and cream and vanilla and all that. They're just going to end up being malnourished carp. I do like the description of caddisfly larvae in the shop. It's like good for any fish except trout. Apparently trout just say no to caddisfly larvae. Ooh. Someone in the in-game chat lost a rod. Hey, look at that. All 4 baits in the scoop twice in a row. That's bound to mean we're about to get a blue tag. So where do we get 80% harvesting baits? That is the, okay, that's leeches. That's a really good one to unlock. These ones don't matter because you can buy them with silver. So basically 80%. And then 95% is going to be a big deal for the mole crickets, and 100% is going to be really good for the rhino beetle larvae and the freshwater gamaroos. Can't wait to be able to get to that point. Being able to source those baits without gold will be really nice. Oh, getting a bite. That's on the one that has the night crawler. A bit of a weird bite pattern. Waiting for a good sign to set the hook here. Still just playing with it. No. Still nibbling. There we go. Well, it's a grass carp. It's a small one, though. Not even 2 kilo. That's right. We can get a 4 kilo grass carp here. We'll get the U.S. water body record for telescopic here. All right, grass carp. Come for my nice healthy salad bar. Free cabbage, free potatoes, free night crawlers, free algae, everything you could ask for as a grass carp. Yeah, you've got 4 or 2 grass carp trophies today. It's time for mine. Coming. Gotta be here. When you catch that world record telescopic grass carp at Seversky Donitz, then everybody will be tricked into thinking that this is a carp map. Slight nibble on line 3, but ain't much of one. There we go. Here we go. What do we got? What do we got? Another grass carp. All right, we're getting closer. 2 kilo there. That one cast a little bit far out. Let me recast it. Ooh, okay. You're running with line 3. Oh boy, we got the biggest grass carp of grass carp here. Look at that big boy. Oh man. I don't even know how our rod managed to pull something that big in. Woo. I don't know, that one that big might tear the whole wall down with its weight. Turn this in a little bit. Loose. There we go. This one. See, that's what I like about the grass carp is that it's easier to find a spot for them without looking it up because kind of like, are there lily pads? Okay, there's probably grass carp. All right, something on 1, I think. Nope. Must have been a little bit too shallow of a spot. A little bit farther here. 2. And just for the heck of it, let's throw some carp ground bait out there. That'll bring him out surely. Well, hey, that grass carp was still a water body record for it. Let's see, what place did it put us in? Telescopic US. Oh, hasn't refreshed yet, but it looks like because it probably put us in 4th place. They get that 4 kilo or better, so we can take spot number 1. What's the world record telescopic grass carp here? 24 kilo. Hey, ice cheese and honey dough, interesting. All of our baits here. So this is why we got to get the US region converted telescopic to see the difference there. US telescopic records, not even 4 kilo. Other regions, almost 25. We're slacking over here. Yeah, absolute records. Breaks my heart too much to look at. As we start seeing like, oh, here's a 25 kilo fish on a 5 kilo ultralight telescopic rod. Totally legit. I don't know what it is about this river, but it really makes you to have to chug through tea. Not even like cold or rainy or anything, but it's just a very uncomfortable place, I guess. Here's my suspicion. At nighttime on the map, you hear like someone playing on a jug in the background, like someone blowing into a glass jug. So I think the discomfort is represented in like you're scared your character's going to meet like a hills have eyes situation. So just always has them on edge, and that's why your comfort level's hard to keep up. That's my suspicion. It could be a muggy river, but I like my presumption more. Oh, okay. Something pulled that down real quick. Got something on 3 as well. Perch. I guess because the night crawler. Yep. Pulled it up just a second too late. Got something on 1. Have time to cast the other line out. Not gonna risk it. Yeah. There's a tinch. Not bad, almost a kilo. Cast it a little bit further out. That's probably a little too far. Go. All right, grass carp, wake up. Just 1 4 kilo grass carp. Not asking for much. I got a bite on 3. It's like another small grass carp. Yep, not even a kilo. What we got on 1? right, well, I think we found the trophy grass carp there. That was a sad time. Oh, I think that was one of my nice hooks too. Sadness. So I can put a classic hook on. And that one was quite a fighter there. It's all right. At least we know this is the spot. This is where we're going to get number one on the U.S. telescopics for it. Did my best. I think the problem there is it was running sideways like this, so I couldn't like normally you can do the back and forth movement to relieve the pressure on it, but when it's running sideways like that, just not a whole lot you can do to relax the tension. Random mace. Cast that one. Painful loss on the hook though. That's another like 50 silver hook. Yeah, that had to be a large grass carp. I don't think there's really anything else that would bite in this area that would give these rods that kind of a fight. If it was like up here somewhere, I'd think that maybe it was like a small or decent sized sturgeon or something, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Probably a mid to high 20 kilo grass carp on there. This is a classic hook I put on, and a carp hook on there. Guess we're gonna have to go with the size 4. Remember to pick up some replacement hooks here after this. All right, all right. There's a big crucian. Go. All right, give me a nice big juicy grass carp again, but not too juicy. There's another. Okay, we got another 4 baits and 1 scoop, so that's good enough luck that we'll get another one, right? Well, something took that all the way under the water, but didn't really hang on to it, apparently. Come on, grassies. What sturgeon are on this map? It's just the Baltic or something like that. I guess it's oh, it's the beluga. Certain is what's here. Okay, that is a huge fish to catch on this river. Look at the difference. I'm sure we can guess which region that's in. Oh, how did I know? Almost 800 kilo on Seversky. Jeez. Helium is something I do want to go after on this river at some point as well. We got nibbles on 2 and 3 here. Which one's going to go first? Missed that one. And we got some nibbles on line 1 as well. How did I miss that? Here we go. Here's something manageable. Big, but manageable. Bam, we got it. Number 1. Got the Carpzilla. Gotta bring out the, oh yeah. We got our revenge on that line snapper. Let's give it just a few more minutes before we go turn everything in and I deal with the shame of losing another hook. But hey, it's not telescopic fishing if you don't lose at least one hook, right? They say they got Russian sturgeon on this map as well. Let's take a look at the records for those. Oh yeah, they're more manageable. We've got beluga on some of these on telescopic. Russian, okay, so basically like muscle meat, pieces of fish, cockspur larva, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Some nibbles on line 1. Ooh, okay. There you go, a little tiny rudd or roach or something. Rudd. Let's begin going after the night crawler. Come on. Be a good cast. Go. There we go. Weekly and water body record. Love to see it. Got another monster grass carp here. Ooh, boy. 600 grams of terror. All right, let's see if it's updated the records here yet. There we are, number 1 and number 5. Here's. Guess I just didn't see that. I thought it was underwater there. There's just a couple minutes more and then we'll go turn the fish in and get ready to wrap things up. Then I'm gonna have to go off stream and replace my hook and float that I lost and just weep a little bit. Got some nibbles on 3. All right, here we go. Come on, give me a nice 10-kilo grass carp. Or nothing. Here we go. This is it. This is the trophy. Gotta be. Take that hook. All right, got another nice one. Get back here. Oh, look at that. Now we're number 1 and number 2. Bam. Who needs Bear Lake when you've got Seversky Doddits for carp? See? We joked about a Canadian, but we've turned Seversky into a telescopic grass carp map. Changing the world out here. One diced potato at a time. And we're over halfway to level 31 now. That's a weird bite pattern. Yes, whatever it was. All right, did that update already? Let's see. Nope, not yet. I could probably spend an afternoon here and do like I did with the telescopic wild carp records and sweep all 5 spots for the US region. Oh boy, we got another monster coming in. Alright, let's give it one more fish and then we'll head back and turn these in. Oh, we're not just getting weeklies out here, we're getting US water body records. We're turning Seversky Donuts into a carp map. When it refreshes, so I've actually got one that's a little over 7 kilos, so we'll have spots 1 and 2 on the water body. We had possibly a trophy grass carp one earlier. I fought as much as I could, brought me about to over here, and then it snapped the line, unfortunately. Did prove that trolling on telescopic works here, though, so that was nice. It's a good way to... it's not like an efficient means of getting fish like Tunguska is, where it's actually worthwhile to troll and with your telescopic out there and catch a decent amount of fish. Here, it's a good way to potentially find active spots, though. Like, we did find a spot up right here. We were trolling that was actually fairly active by trolling by it. It's just another minute here, and nothing bites. We'll fast travel back to town. Hopefully got enough in our keep net here to... It's gonna be risky because we don't have very many markers. Hopefully we'll get enough to make up for the lost hook, travel, and boat expense. Anything want to bite? Come on, grass carp. Yep. Yeah, I guess we're too late into the afternoon now. There's something biting. Very gentle bites. Come on. Take the hook. And die of old age before we can set the hook on this fish. There we go. And it looks like it's just a small crucian. Terrible. All right, well, let's go ahead and fast travel back and see what we got. First, we'll check the cafe. Probably don't have anything we can fill there, but worth a check nonetheless. Nope, nothing. All right. What do we guess we've got in the net here? I'm gonna say 42 silver. This is a bad haul. 150. Hope I can get something like that. All these non-markers have me a little bit pessimistic about the 136 from Canadian. Let's see what we've got. 74. At least we made up for the, I guess, the trip and the hook, not so much the boat, but not terrible. Recap, we did get, let's see, records, US, surely it's updated by now. Yes, we've got number 1 and number 2 US water body records, so we've got that. Yeah, you were closer by, I guess, golf rules. We did verify that trolling with telescopic does work here. It's not good for catching fish to make profit off of, but it is good to find active spots. And you want to catch some grass carp at the lily pads over here. Decent spot. Seems to be an active spot for random float fish right around here. And yeah, we're gonna say that we lost a blue tag. We're just gonna make ourselves feel better that way and say that it was definitely a blue tag grass carp that we lost. So we can at least pretend that we had a blue tag on. I think we're going to wrap things up here. I'm going to work off camera to recoup some costs, replace that hook and float and everything. See, tomorrow maybe we'll try Actuba float fishing on, or trolling with telescopic, see if that works out, or maybe try Sura River, figure something out. With that said, I hope everyone has a good night, a good day over there in Europe, and good fishing either way. Take it easy, folks.